Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into the world of real estate,
Oh, always exciting.
especially for all you brand new agents out there.
Right, starting fresh.
We've got the first part of Tina Caul's series.
I'm a brand new real estate agent, now what? Love that series.
So let's unpack Caul's advice.
Get you on that road to success.
And she does not hold back, does she?
no sugarcoating here.
Right off the bat. 90% failure rate for new agents.
5 years, she says. Sobering stat.
Huge. Really makes you think about those first steps.
And that's where Caul's emphasis on mindset comes in.
It's everything, she says.
More than just knowing the market, it's your approach.
She's all about that 100-euro rule.
100% responsible for your own success.
All the time.
Zero excuses. Tough love, but effective.
For someone coming from a more traditional job.
Huge shift.
Totally. So what's one of those first mindset traps?
Well, Caul talks about freedom being a double-edged sword. New agents, they're drawn to setting their own hours.
Being their own boss.
But that lack of structure, that can really backfire.
Especially early on, when you need that discipline.
Precisely.
So the flexibility of real estate,
Can actually be a downfall.
if you're not careful, it's
Yeah.
like you need the structure to get to the freedom.
Caul's a big advocate for sticking to a schedule.
Yeah.
Treat it like a real job.
I like that. Build that foundation.
Exactly.
Now, she keeps coming back to this mantra. Hungry, humble, smart.
Love those 3 words.
Words to live by, honestly.
Mhm.
But what do they actually look like for our listeners, those new agents?
Okay, so let's break it down. Hungry. Hungry means you're driven. You're the one chasing those leads, not waiting for the phone to ring.
Yeah, being proactive from day one.
Exactly. Knowing your market inside and out.
Okay, that's hungry. What about humble?
Oh, humility is huge in this business. You're going to encounter egos, let me tell you.
It's easy to get caught up in that, I bet.
So being humble, it's being open to learning.
For more seasoned agents?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Being willing to put in the work, even if it seems tedious at times.
Not glamorous, but essential.
Right. Remembering every top agent started somewhere.
They didn't just magically appear with a portfolio of million-dollar listings.
Exactly. Okay, now smart. It's more than just, crunching numbers.
It's a whole mindset.
You got it. It's strategy, systems, maximizing your time, working smarter, not just harder.
Speaking of systems, Caul lays out this daily schedule. Intense.
She's big on structure.
Lead generation, lunch mindset break, appointments and tours. Oh, and a 7:30 a.m. start time.
She means business.
That's dedication.
But remember, it's about building that foundation so you can have the freedom later on.
Long game.
Exactly. No shortcuts with Caul.
So walk us through those blocks. What makes her approach so effective, especially for our newbies?
It's all about focused action. That first block, lead generation, she's big on mastering scripts.
Oh yeah, those sales conversations.
Yeah.
Can't avoid them.
And they can be intimidating, so practicing those dialogues.
Role-playing, basically.
Yeah. The more comfortable you are with those conversations.
The more natural you'll sound.
When it's a real potential client.
Confidence is key.
Huge. Okay, so you've got those scripts down. Leads are coming in. Caul's 3 L's come next.
This is where things get interesting. Tuning those leads into actual clients.
It's a process.
Mm.
The 3 L's are genius in their simplicity. First, you've got lead generation, which we've covered. Then comes lead follow-up.
Staying top of mind.
Exactly. Nurturing those relationships. Then, boom, lead conversion.
Into the journey.
Building trust takes time. Consistency is key.
Showing genuine interest.
Yes. And demonstrating your expertise leads to those conversions.
Love it. Okay, appointments and property tours. Caul's tip. Use model homes as meeting spaces. So smart.
Right. Genius.
Instead of a stuffy office.
You're already putting them in that home ownership mindset.
It's like you're already there, handing them the keys.
Yeah.
So how do you keep track of all this? Caul mentions $1 million box.
Yes. Simple, but effective.
It does sound almost too good to be true. No fancy software needed.
Nope. The $1 million box. It's all about tangible organization. You're physically organizing your leads.
Based on their timeline, right.
Exactly. Visual, hands-on.
Perfect for those who like to see things laid out.
Exactly. And it speaks to a bigger point Caul makes. It's not about the tools themselves.
It's how you use them.
100%. Resourcefulness trumps expensive software every time.
Love that. Okay, beyond systems, Caul's big on community, those mastermind groups.
Invaluable, especially when you're starting out.
What's so great about them?
Imagine a support system, people who get it.
Other agents.
Exactly. Brainstorming challenges, sharing wins, holding each other accountable.
It's like having a team even before you build your own team.
Exactly. And Caul also talks about finding a mentor, someone she calls a sponsor.
Like a guide?
Yes. Offering advice, sharing their network, helping you avoid those common pitfalls. And remember, humble. Being open to mentorship, that's key.
Shows you're eager to learn.
Absolutely. And speaking of learning, Caul's a huge proponent of classes, workshops, like the ones EXP Realty offers.
Makes sense. Real estate's always changing.
Constantly. Technology, market trends, you got to stay ahead of the curve.
Lifelong learning.
The name of the game. Oh, and she mentions dialers.
Those might be new for some of our listeners. What are they exactly?
So dialers, they're tools that can really streamline lead generation, especially for those new to cold calling.
Taking away some of that initial fear factor.
Exactly. They can automatically dial from a list, connect you to live prospects.
Low fish.
And they even track your outcomes. You can see what's working, what's not.
It's like having a virtual assistant for your calls.
Yeah.
We talked about scripts, role-playing. A dialer just amplifies that.
Absolutely. More efficiency, more potential clients, more conversions. Working smarter, not harder.
Music to my ears. We covered a ton today. Mindset, schedules, lead systems, mastermind groups, even dialers. If our listeners remember one thing from this call deep dive.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I like that.
Building that solid foundation, mindset, structure, that willingness to learn, that's what will set you up for success in this business.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And as you're building that foundation, remember those mindset blind spots we talked about. What might be holding you back that you're not even aware of?
Such a powerful question.
One we should all be asking ourselves. Well, on that note, we'll be back to dive into part 2 of Call series next time. Until then, happy selling.